Hey guys, welcome back. So guys, this is the part 2 of our Laravel React JS CRUD application. So guys, as we saw in previous video, we have installed the software of your Laravel and the React. Okay, so both has been installed and it is started. So if you don't find that, please find the link in the description where you can learn about how to install this Laravel and React. Now guys, let us get started with creating a CRUD application. So first let's move to our folder. So first let us open our React Fonda app. So open with code. Okay, so now let us try to access this design. Let's get back, go to src app.js file. So this is the output guys we are getting over here. So let's live like this, and first let us create one folder called pages. Let's create one pages, pages pages, and one simple file name student.js, one more file called add student.js. Now let us use Bootstrap. So we are going to import that link directly in our index.html file. So just move to our public folder and index.html. Okay, so let's go over here, move to getbootstrap.com. Let's close all this. Doc, copy the CSS link. Okay, so we'll copy directly, copy and paste after the title. Remove this thing, we don't require it. All set. And the script, so this bundle script will copy and paste. We don't require this cross origin and integrity. Done guys. So let's save this, close this index.html, and let's move to this student.js file. Now let's create a class first. So first you have to import the class. So let's import React and open curly brace, call the component also from single quote React, and then create a class called student extend component. So this component you are going to extend. Copy this and paste. Let export default student. Okay, and now you have to render function, open and close curly brace. Let's use return, and inside this, okay, here we forgot to give comma. Let's give comma and start with the div tag. So div, design the class name called container row, called md12, and simple card, class name is equal to card. Copy, this will be a card header, this will be the h4 tag where students data, and one simple link you are going to create. Let's open the link, link, and over here we'll tell add student and link to is equal to open curly braces and close curly, inside single quotes add student. Okay, and design this link name with the class name as button primary, button small, float end. Okay, save, and this is showing error because we have to link that. So that is nothing but your router. So let's open a terminal. Npm install react-router-dom. So guys, until it installs, so let's leave that, and over here let's design that. Okay, so after this card body class name card body. Okay, so we need to wait to install this. So before that, let's import the class also. Import link from react router dom. Okay, so let's just wait to get installed. Perfect, so it has installed, guys. Let us kill this terminal, and if you want to confirm it's installed or not, go to your package.json. you can find that react router dom. Okay, let's close, and now guys, let's call this file into our app.js file. Let's remove all this. So let's remove this, we don't require. Import react from react. Okay, and then call your router. So before that, you need to set that. Okay, import open curly brace, we need to give browser router. So browser router as we'll tell router, and then we are going to use switch and one route. Okay, from single quote react router dom. Done. And now guys, you need to call your router first. So which router? This router. Okay, so this router, you need to call that router, and then switch, and after the switch you need to use this route. Let's use that route. Close, and over here you can use either in this format, or else we'll remove and give just /. Here we are going to tell exact path is equal to double quotes /home, and then component is equal to create that student, and let's import the student first. So import student from current directory. I am going to pages folder first. So pages / then your student file. Okay, student.js file. As simple. So we are not going to extend that .js, it will understand very clearly. And let's change this variable as add student, and this will be your add student file name. And now let's copy paste again. Let's remove this exact and mention this as add student, where I'm going to take this and paste. That's it. And now guys, let us test it. So let's move. Perfect. So guys, you can see the output that student data has come. So before this, I just want the spaces on every pages. So let's move to index.html file. So at this root, we are going to give class is equal to, this is not a JS file, so we have to give direct class and use py5. Done. And now guys, let's close this and let's see the output. So perfect. So guys, there is space from top and bottom both. So now let's click on this add button. That time you are moving to add student route, and the page also is called. So which means it's going to this component add student, where this is going to your add student page. So let's move that add student page and let's design this. So before designing, let's copy all the same from your student.js file and paste inside your add.js. Done. And here you are going to change the title as add student. As simple. And let's make this to be a back button, where this path will be called as home button. Done. So link is imported, and you need to change the class name add student. Okay, so copy this and export the default also. Done. And now guys, let's design with the form. Open form and close the form. Div class name, which is form hyphen group margin bottom 3. Okay, and one label where we don't require this for, it will give an error. So this will be the student name. Student name we will tell, and input field type is equal to text name value and give forward slash. Okay, give the class name, design the input form control. Done. So let's see the output guys. Okay, perfect. So everything is cool. Let's make this form as 6. Done. And now we are going to add few more fields, which is 3 fields. We are going to add more. Student name, student, course, then email, and then phone. Okay, give a name for this, which will be the name, course, and then email, and final one phone. So after this guys, we need one simple button. Let's create a button, button button. That type will be as submit. Design this button with the class name called btn primary, and save student. Done. And now guys, let us give this form action. When you click on the submit button, first we are going to work with input fields. So let's call that input field over here. So we will call on change is equal to open and close curly brace. This dot, we are going to handle all the input fields. So handle this dot, handle input. So same thing you are going to call for every field. Let's paste, 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 paste. And now whatever you're going to take from this input field, you have to show in this value also. So let's open and close curly brace, and this dot state dot name. Okay, so this state you are going to create first, and this is the name value. Okay, name. So let's copy this, copy, paste for 3 also, and change as per the input field attribute names, email and phone. Done. Now guys, let us create this both input and state. Okay, so first we have to take all the value. So let's copy this state and create over here. State is equal to open and close curly brace, so that we are going to assign the name field, single quotes give, so 4 times. Next will be the course, then your email, and the final one phone. So let's copy this phone. All set. So after this you are going to call your handle input. So copy this handle input, paste is equal to, so before this, before handling input, you have to check with the event. So event of your, and now you have to call this dot set state function. Okay, so this will set state, means all this fields value it will set. Open and close curly brace, and inside square bracket e dot target dot name. So all the input fields value you are going to take e dot event dot target dot value, and this means it will go to your input box, and this input box, the name value it will take and the values value it will take. Okay, so this values, so these both are working and setting on this variable. So after setting, we have to submit on this button, then it will go to form. Okay, so let's use on submit is equal to open and close curly brace, where you are going to tell this dot save student. So copy this save student function name and create over here. Save student is equal to event of your function. Okay, so this is we have created, and now guys let's call the API to store that. So before we are submitting, we need to give event.prevent default. So prevent default function, and now we are going to use Axios to send that data. Okay, so for that guys, let's install that Axios first. Terminal. So let's give npm install Axios, hit enter. So guys, let's wait until it get installed. So guys, our Axios is installed successfully. So let's just check it out. From our package.json file, you can find that Axios installed now. So let's use this guys to save our data. So first let's create a variable called variable of response is equal to, where I'm going to use Axios, hit enter. So when you directly, the class will be imported at the top. So let me just cut and paste below. So this is the you have to import when you use Axios. So guys, we are going to use async also, because when the response comes, until unless the response comes, you should not execute the next line whatever you give over here. So for that you need to give async and await. Okay, so await Axios dot post function. So over here you are going to create that path. So /API /add -student, give comma and this dot state. So what state? This state. Whatever you're taking, all that values you have to store. When you send the request, it will go over there. So guys, for this you need to create the API. Okay, so guys, let's get started. So the error is this: it's declared but never used, so it's a warning. So let's ignore that and let's move to our Laravel application. So let's get back to our Laravel API. So it's a fresh application. Let's open with code. Okay, full size. So guys, first let's get to our database over here. Copy this, Control C, and get back to your Laravel app. Go to your env file and change the database name first. Save, and let's close guys. So database connected, and now first let's move to our app provider, app service provider. Over here you can see boot function. So inside this boot function, return schema : default string length function, where 191 you are going to set, and import the class. Perfect. Now let's save. Okay, let's remove this. We don't require return that because it's just setting that. We don't need to use return. Let's close this guys. And now let's create a student. So we are using, where you can see add student, right? So these fields we are going to create. Let's get back. Open your terminal. So type the command to generate the model, migration, and the controller. So first let's create a model. So PHP artisan make : model, where I am going to create a student. Okay, hit enter. Model created successfully. Let's go to app model student.php file is created. And now guys, over here we are going to use protected $table is equal to, over here you need to assign the table. So we'll create a students table. Okay, so let's save this. And what are the fields we are going to create? $fillable is equal, over here we are going to tell name, and then course, email, and the phone. Done. So guys, these are the 4 fields. So let's create a table for this first. PHP artisan make : migration, where create _ students. Now this table name students underscore table. Okay, hit enter. Created migration. So let's go inside our database, migration, and this is a students table. Perfect. So let's copy this students and you have to paste just over here inside your model. Done. And let's create all the fields. Dollar table of where I'm going to use string function because we are using the name. Okay, and same with the course, email, and phone. Done. Save guys, and let's close this file. Perfect. So now let's create a controller. PHP artisan make colon controller name. So I want one inside the API folder. So let's create API folder / the controller name called student controller. Hit enter. Controller created successfully. Okay, so let's move app http controller API folder. Inside that API folder we have a student controller. So it's now let's create a function, public function, and the function name will be store. Okay, so whatever data we send over here it should store. So before that, create a variable called students is equal to call your model called student. So which model you're going to call? Model. So you need to import the class. So this is the class guys. So this model is nothing but your this just created model. Okay, done. Semicolon. Before that you have to assign with the object called new. So this is your object, and now guys you are going to call all the fields. So before all the fields means this input fields, name, course, email, and phone. Okay, so that name is equal to whatever request you are getting. So from anywhere, if you get from Postman or your React, because we are going to get from this React. Okay, so for this all the things we call as request only. So for the request you need to give request $request. This request copy and paste over here of your input field. Okay, so whatever input field we are going to create it, we will create the same. Let's make this course, and this is our input field course. This will be your email, database column name, and this is input column name, and final phone. Copy and paste this phone also. Done. And after this guys you need to save the data. So once it's saved you need to send the response. So let's type return response function in JSON format. Okay, JSON in array format you are going to send status, that is 200, and the message you are going to share, send message message. Okay, we should not give comma, we have to give like this. Over here, student added successfully. So before saving this you need to migrate this table, right? So which table you have created? The student table. So let's migrate that table. PHP artisan migrate. Okay, hit enter. So you can see all the tables inserted. With that our students table also is inserted. Let's go to our database first, refresh. So you can see that students table is created over here. You can see all the fields. Perfect guys. So all set from our Laravel. So now we need to route this. So let's move to a route. Before that, kill this terminal. Let's go to our routes, api.php. Move over here, and now let's create a API. Let me just remove all this, we don't require. Route : post method, because we are going to send the data. Okay, so this will be a URL. So what URL you have created in your React.js, you can see that API/add student. So we are going to take this add student. API will be default. So let's take this add student and send over here, / give comma and call your controller. So student controller class at your which function? Store function. Done. So import the class of this. It's already imported over here, guys. So this is the class imported, and this store function should be created in your student controller, which we already created it. Cool. So now let's get back to this API. And now guys, when you access this, it should work. So let's start the project of your Laravel. So this Laravel API project is already started, guys. Let us see the output. Okay, it's running over here. And yep, let's go back to our over here. So you need to send that path. Let's copy this path, get back, paste, all set. So you can send in this method, or else you can define at your app.js directly. So let's send now. And now guys, let's write a if condition. If this res, okay. So response dot data. So this data is pre-default, and whatever the data you're going to get, so this data, inside this data status is triple equal to 200. So this status is nothing but your inside your Laravel you have sent that from your student controller. So this status, okay. Let's get back. And now once it is success, if it is 200 means, let's show the message called with the log function, log, where the response dot data dot message. So this message is your from your controller, okay. So copy this message variable and paste over here. Done. So after the success of this adding student, we are going to show that, and I want to empty the input box. So for that you need to tell this dot set state, okay. Set state function, open and close curly brace. And now inside this, let's copy this all the input fields. Just copy and make it empty. Done. So once it's saved, it will empty the input box. So now let's test, guys. Refresh. Perfect. So let's go to over here, add student, everything working fine. Let's add with student name with Prakash, BCA with at gmail.com. So phone number, some random digit number, save student. Okay, so guys, it has saved and the box is empty. So let us see the console log over here. So first let us open the console, inspect. You can see that student added successfully. The output has come, and let's see the database, guys. Let's go browse. Boom. So you can see, guys, the data is added. Let's get back and add one more data. Let's refresh now. And Prakash BCA at gmail.com, student name, phone number. Let's save data. You can see student added successfully message has come, and let's browse this. Cool. So guys, we have successfully completed with the React and Laravel API how to insert the data into our database. So guys, let's see in next video how to display the data of this stored data from our Laravel API using React.js. So guys, thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe, like and share.